Hello everyone. I've been trying to make a live broadcast, but doing it without audience, that's really stupid, I would say. So I choose to have this recording instead. I'm not aware if everybody has actually been briefed or everybody has come to notice or maybe has heard from somebody that we are busy testing our missiles. Yes, you hear it right. And that was last Thursday. The Philippines had a testing. We are not talking here of ordinary weaponry. Philippines for the past years, like 2022, in fact, just a year, had acquired several of these weapons covertly. We had been, without denying the reality, bullied by China, by Malaysia, and both had been doing that for so long, and nobody would even try to make people aware or would not care to notice. Not even the Congress, if you are aware of that. Malaysia had been doing that through proxy. Well, they have their interests. They wanted Sabah all along. And they'd been using their Muslim brothers, who happen to be our countrymen, to fight against us, destroy our government, weaken us. The likes of MILF, MNLF, these people had been really conning the Malaysian government. They're trying to play as friend and even to appease these Muslim brothers while they were arming them to destroy us. How funny. So they act as negotiator, but they are actually infiltrators. As Filipino, you must be aware of this very keen geopolitical game Malaysia is playing on us. China, on the other hand, has been doing just the same. Instead of doing some proxy war, they actually created another version of them inside the Philippines. And what is that? The CPP-NPA. But in particular, the machinery is known as the National Democratic Front. A very classic game of communism. They infiltrated our schools, especially UP and UP, PUP, other private schools as well, but in particular UP, became a breeding ground of these Chinese propagandists. They promoted the Chinese idea. They promoted Chinese ideology and tried to promote the concept of Maoist people. We even had last time our president who was very much sold out to Maoist ideology. So the country technically has been eroded morally and in a sense in our spirit we have been very much affected. Notably, the Congress of the Philippines has also worked with China. Maybe in a sense, technically, unknowingly, maybe there could be a lot of babies. But surely they did, just like that, as I said, work with China. And how is that? By promoting an idea, removing the ROTC, and in fact, not only ROTC was removed, also through the Department of Education, they remove another thing. And what is that? The CAT in high school, in junior high school, was also removed. It was removed from the curriculum in collaboration with Chinese people who had been destroying the country secretly. And nobody complained about it. And everybody thought it was okay. Everybody thought there was no ploy around it. I might be wrong. But hold, I'm a public school teacher. See, I know what I'm talking right here. I have worked with the Philippine judiciary. I have worked with the Land Registration Authority under the Department of Justice. I have worked with other several agencies of the government. I know what I'm talking about. We have been weakened by our Constitution, by our Congress, by our educational system. You might be surprised to know that. Because China, you may say, oh, this teacher is very doubting on the ideas of others. Or maybe I am. Because I have reason for that. Look at your kids. Even those who had just graduated college, are they capable of helping out whenever we are in a case of emergency? When we have a war, could they help? I doubt. They cannot even help inside your house. How could they help? They don't know what is a gun. Maybe they're drawing. Yeah. They can fight in the internet. Email. Yeah, they can do that. We had been reoriented, having this kind of illusion. I heard Pia Cayetano talking about this. That the best way to gain nationalistic spirit is by sports. Tell me that when missiles start flying inside our territory. Maybe you can bike around it, as he was suggesting. Or maybe we can have some boxing gloves against it. Try to box it, power it. Does it make some sense? No ROTC? So what happened to our young people? We produced professionals that are, perhaps, maybe, mentally capable, but totally useless when it comes to defending the country. All they say, yeah, you can defend your country by writing good things, just like Jose Rizal. Hello. Is this 1800s? Did the people in Ukraine started writing some notes to fight off the Russian people? How about the people in Haiti? When they were machine gunned, bombed, did they start to write some notes? Oh, come on. Make some sense with reality. When Israel was massacred, slaughtered, raped, abused by the Palestinian Hamas. By the way, Hamas is not a political group. It is a religious group. Extremist. That's the worst side of religion. Did Israeli started to write notes? No. They fought back. and let them see the ugly side of the game. I mean, the Palestinians. And in general, the Muslim people. You cannot play coy and sly and tell the other religion, you have to die. You are not with the Muslim. And then the moment you fight them back, they would start saying, oh, you are so mean. You're abusing us. You're doing genocide. And for you to buy that thing, you're not only becoming stupid, but irresponsible. And look back right here in our country, the Philippines. Our congressmen, our senators are saying, oh, we don't have to train our young people. Let's train them how to do basketball. So the moment missiles flying onto our direction, they can throw some basketball balls in them. See? Or perhaps because we train them to do some sweeping, cleaning of the public places, or even the streets. They could use some brooms to fight. What a genius mind of our Congress. Very innovative. Can you believe these people? They have even the temerity to call themselves nationalistic when they are not. They weakened the Philippines, helping Chinese, Malaysians. Look at these people. And then they would call out and say, help them during elections. Help them to what? Destroy us? Well, I'm not a warmonger here. What I'm saying is to call out on every Filipino, wherever you are, to wake up. To help our government. To make Philippines strong is not dependent on one person. Could not be on the hand solely, on the shoulder solely of the Philippine president. We have to take part. Be reminded of that strong words coming from one of the American president. Do not ask what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. It is now an imperative to the Filipino people. We cannot wait Japan to do this for us. Expect American to fight for us. We have to take responsibility into our own. We do not even train our young people, and yet we expect other people to come to our aid. Help people who are not even helping themselves. They're not stupid. If we are, they are not. They have so much worry for themselves. Perhaps in the dynamics of geopolitics, they might come to our aid. But how about us? What have we done? Nothing. Those who are afraid to leave has no right. If you are afraid, to die, sorry. If you are afraid to die, you have no right to leave. If you cannot defend this land, why are you here? So again, let me say, those who are not engaged in any way helping this country, why are you here? Those who are afraid to die has no right to live. This country is ours. However you would like to call it. Some call this the Philippines. Some have some other way of calling it. Maharlika. So what? Now the question is, what are you doing for this country? I'm among those few batches. I think after us there were like three more generations of college graduates, and then they stopped ROTC. Now look at us, we're old. You want us to go to war? Yes, we will. Because we cannot put that responsibility to the millennials who doesn't know even which part of the gun releases the bullet. They only know how to push the cell phone. It is a reality of life. And I think it's time for us, Filipino, abroad and here in the Philippines, to call on our government to train our young people, those who have already graduated, to join the ranks of the reserved, be trained, and know how the rudiments of war. Be in medical field as medics, in the infantry as fighters. We have to play our part for preparation. You don't have the entire year as notice for war, and you know that. Will your enemy give you notice or surprise you? What is most likely? You tell me. Would he tell you, prepare, we're coming to kill you? If it is a war, you must be idiot to believe that. I'm sorry, but I mean to wake every Filipino about it. What is in your mind as a Filipino? How do we prepare? First, we have to change our constitution. But wow. You know the Congress? They're helping to weaken us. So let's not go for that. Because our constitution, yes, has a problem. Our constitution limits us to prepare, aggressively for war. Because we should be always on the defensive mode. Look at that. Defensive mode. We cannot pursue our goal. Just wait for people to attack us. And wow, if we have 5 nuclear missiles, can you still do anything about it? Think. When you have 3 nuclear bombs right here on the Philippine ground, exploding, can we still do anything about it? None. Nothing. Nada. So think about it. Chinese are all waiting. Always waiting. When you think about the sports they have Chinese Kung Fu. They have the sword style. And also that martial arts thing. The Shaolin, whatever you call that. See? How about us? We have Kun Tao. You know that? We have Ernest de Mano. That one's good. But some other country claims about that. They say it's their original martial arts. So. But we have our own, Tapado. If you know about it. And the mixed martial arts that was developed by Filipinos, Yaoyan, o Sayaw ng Kamatayan. I don't know other else. We are only few. We are 115 million, or let's say a little bit more, barely. But most of that 100 million plus are incapable of defending their own selves, much more defending the country. Untrained and physically unfit. We cannot defend just to our soldiers to fight for us. We must be soldiers of this country. It is not our main work. It is not our main objective. It is not our main function. But whenever this country calls for you, for me, we're supposed to be ready for that. And how are we preparing for that? Practicing self that cell phone games? Will that make us able to fight? Are we becoming crazy to believe the Congress? Let's play boxing. When we have those enemies coming to us, let's box. Box out the ballots. Maybe that's good. Let them try that first. We put to Senate and to Congress empty lawmakers. Lawmakers who has no sense of nationalistic spirit. Lawmakers who has no concern for our nation to thrive. They would design laws, impugn the very program of the Department of Education, make it weak in terms of nationalism. Maybe you're abroad. You can help this country. Ask. Perhaps write our president. Or awaken our Congress people. Tell them we need this. Or maybe write Secretary Geopolitical that we would have some sort of training for our citizenry to be involved, to be prepared, that whenever the time comes for us to help, we can help. That whenever that time comes for us to be part of the Philippine fighting force, we can. In the middle of the night, when that call comes, we can wake up, run to the barracks, grab a gun, start firing, because we know how to do that. But if you only knew how to sweep the floor, fight with your fingers, with your phone, think twice, as war are coming now more often. And we are weakened. We are an easy prey. Think about it. Kababayan, ano bang gusto mong gawin? Mamatay ng ganun-ganun na lang? Or perhaps, you can take our very own kababayan, Carlos P. Romulo, who said, fight like a humble ant, or die like a humble ant, fighting. If you're watching this, you're listening to me, I hope you make sense of these few things. We need discipline. We need training. We need it now. And you can be an instrument. Thank you.